So hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I know I have been gone for so long, but I'm back with fresh content. So today we are doing the Study in Hungary Q&A. Last time it was Stipendium Hungaricum, but this time I have got a lot of questions from like self-finance student as well, and mostly like studying in Hungary. Generally like what you have to do after you come here, what are the documents, when can you start the jobs, and like what are the part-time jobs that are available, and different questions that I collected them here, so I will try my best to answer all of them. Basically, I don't know how long the video would be. Like on the live stream you can actually see everything. You can also ask me questions in the live stream, so I'm going live on Twitch and YouTube. So you can, if you haven't subscribed me on Twitch, so go there and subscribe there as well, and on YouTube as well if you haven't subscribed. So this is the time for you. Making good content, I promise. The content which is coming, it will be entertaining as well. At the same time, of course, I'm gonna be making these educational stuff in American studying Hungary videos as well. Anyways, so let's start with the questions. Let's not waste this time and let's start the question. So the first question I have is how to apply as a scholarship student and a self-paying student in Hungary. So the thing is, like, if you're applying for a scholarship, you can check the video somewhere here, like I'll put the link. You can see there like how you can apply as a scholarship student, like what steps you have to do, where you have to go, blah blah blah. Everything is in the video. So when you apply for the scholarship, if you don't get the scholarship, unfortunately, so basically it gives you an option of, if you want to continue as a self-paying, self-financed student, you also have the option. So you don't have to do anything else. You don't have to apply for another admission or another website. So it's the same thing. You just follow the process of the scholarship, and once you don't get the scholarship, then you're automatically considered as a self-paying student. So this is the process in most of the universities. Now, if you are not eligible for the scholarship, or if you're not applying for the scholarship, you are just applying for a self-financed student, so you have to apply to the university's website. So every university has their own website. So what you will do, you will go to your desired university and you go to their admissions section, and then you just apply there. And it's a simple process. Every university has their own process basically, but I think like most of the universities I saw, like they have this kind of similar process as the scholarship portal. So their website also looks the same, and it's the same thing. So they would take your interview. If not interview, then they would take your exam online, and you basically in that way get admission, come here and start your studies. So the second question is basically, after your arrival, in how much time you can start your job. So how much time you can start looking for the jobs, or in how much time you can actually start working after your arrival. So the thing is, like, you need the documentation in order to find a job. So if you come here and you straight away, let's say on third day, you go to anywhere to find a job, but like basically they would ask you for your documents. So you need your residence permit, you need your tax or Thai card. Thai card is basically health insurance card, tax card. So these are some of the documents that you need in order to find a job. Now, I would say, like, when I came, I actually started doing part-time job here in a fast food restaurant. I started in December. So you can imagine, like, I came here in the end of September, and then I started in December. So it's like, at least 2 or 3 months it takes for your documents to arrive, and then you can actually apply for the jobs, find for the jobs, and then you get one. But I think like nowadays the process is faster, because once you apply for the visa in your own country, you also apply for the residence permit. It was not the same case for us. We had to come here and apply for the residence permit. So I think it would be faster. So not like, let's say 2 or 3 months, but 1 or 2 months. And then in 1 or 2 months, you can basically start applying for the jobs. And if you find one, you can start working as well. Now, the condition of the jobs here, that's a different story. But I think like if you are in Budapest, for sure you can find a job, either in the fast food restaurant or either in a cafe as a, a server assistant or a server if you know the language, or you can work in the kitchen. So it really depends on your skills as well. But most of the people, most of the students basically, they work as like they work in the fast food restaurant, either in KFC, McDonald's, Burger King, or a Starbucks, and they do food delivery as well. So I would say, 50-50. It's like 50% of the people, they opt to do food delivery because it's like convenient. Like you don't have to follow a schedule. You can just go for like 1 or 2 hours a day and you make good money. And I think like in food delivery, the money is better than if you work in a fast food chain. But of course, like fast food chain has their own perks as well. Like you have a schedule and then you also get some meals, during the shift. So it really depends. But it really depends on you, like what you want to work and what skills you have. You can also find other jobs here. You can also find online jobs here because of your location. You're in Europe. It's really easy to find online jobs if you have some skills, because the employers, they trust more if you're in Europe, neighboring countries, rather than back if you're in your country. Especially for my country, like I was, developing country, Pakistan, and probably like they think like, oh, he doesn't know how to speak English, how he would not be able to, meet my clients. So it really depends. But I think like you can find jobs here as a student, and there is no problem in that. In other cities, like in smaller cities, most of the jobs are, of course, like fast food restaurants, food delivery. Plus, you also have some more jobs in the factories, which is like you do packaging and you do stuff like that. You can also do that. So it really depends. I have friends like who kind of do everything as well. So if you want more money, you work more. If you're comfortable with, less money, you work less, or you try to find another job which would pay you good. So it really depends. But of course, like you can find jobs here and you can basically make good money. And as far as the question is concerned, you can actually start finding job, I would say 1 month or 2 months. So it takes like in between 1 or 2 months, maximum 2 months. You'll have your documents ready and you can actually start the job. Now, the other question was, how much money do you have to bring here? And when you get the scholarship. So for the scholarship students, it really depends on your university when you get the stipend. So scholarship basically means a stipend because tuition fee is directly exempted, I would say. So you don't have to take care of your tuition. But of course, like your stipend, it depends on the university. For Semmelweis, if you're coming to the Semmelweis, it actually takes at least 2 months for you to get the stipend. They give you together. So like for the whole 2 months or 3 months, depends when they give. So I would say, just to be on the safe side, at least bring money for 2 or 3 months, minimum 2 months, I would say. And for the other universities, I know in Szeged or in Debrecen, they give them in the first month. So it really depends on the universities, how their administration financial department works. So I would say just check with the university, just ask them, because like it is a frequently asked question from them as well. So you can just, message them or email them that like, when are we going to get the scholarship or the stipend? What are the usual time frames? And then in that way, you can also plan the stipend, which is for around like 86,000 forints, which roughly becomes, I would say, 200 euros. It's not enough for you to survive for a month. When I came, it was okay. Now it's not. So just to make sure, bring some extra money as well. And of course, like, you would try to find a job here to, manage your expenses, but also just make sure that you, get extra money and have it with you. Now, how much money do you need? Again, it depends. If you have the dormitory and you are not renting an apartment, you don't have to take care of that. I would say bring for yourself around 300, at least 300 euros a month nowadays. I mean, 200 are also good, but just to be on the safer side with the other expenses, let's say if you have to, I don't know, do shopping or, shop for some things that you would need in your dormitory. For example, some people need, I don't know, utensils, because there are no utensils in the dormitories. You have to have your own. And these are some of the things, let's say plates, or if you're not, bringing them from your home, then of course, like, you can find it here. So just for those expenses, I would say be on the safer side and at least bring 250 to 300 euros a month, if you're not renting an apartment, and if you don't have to pay for the apartment. This is the estimate I would give you. Now it depends on you for 2 months or 3 months, for how many months you are going to, survive without the money, basically. So there is another question: is it worth to leave bachelor's if you're doing in Pakistan and come to one-time masters in Hungary? Uh, it really depends. It really depends. But I think the general answer would be yes. It is much more better. It is much more better to come here, and there are more opportunities here. If you are getting the scholarship, for sure, if you have got the scholarship, leave bachelor's, come here. It also basically depends, like if you have a year left, for example, then it might be, better to complete the degree, have the degree, and then come here. But if there are, let's say, I don't know, you are in your first year and you have 3 years left or 4 years left of your degree, I think it's much more better to come here than, spending 3 years in Pakistan. So this is my short answer. But of course, it really depends, like, okay, is it the same degree that you are doing there and you would do here? And, it's really a personal choice, but generally, to answer everything, you have more opportunities here to grow, personally, to grow your, financially, to grow your career. So you can do a bunch of stuff with studying here, because there are lots of opportunities. You can travel to other, countries just for the projects. Like, this is one of the things that we don't have in our countries. Like, I think, like, this is one of the biggest thing here, that you can make connections in other countries. You can go on projects. You can go on projects which are not even related to your degree. So it is really important, the way I would suggest, yeah. If this is the thing that you have 3 or 4 years left, come here. Also, I think, like, it's also like, even if you don't want to continue, studying here, and if you don't like it here, you can actually move to other countries. Like, it's really easy here to get in the nation and to apply for the visa, rather than coming from Pakistan to here and then, applying for the visa from Pakistan. I think, like, if you come here, you don't like it, you just find another degree or find another thing in another country where you want to go, and you actually go here. So it's like a good gateway to coming to Europe and then go to other countries. I mean, like, I have a lot of, like, friends who left because they were like, okay, I don't like this degree, for example, and then they moved to Italy, or they moved to Germany, and they found something there. They found a job, or they found a degree, like a better degree. I know a person, he came here as a physiotherapist. He was with me, and, like, physiotherapy degree, he got accepted there, and then he found, he got admitted into the general medicine in Italy. So he went there, and visa process was so fast because, he was here. So that's the thing. These are some of the perks that I'm giving you. Like, it's really kind of good to be here. Okay, the other question is, what is the update for the Stipendium Hungaricum Scholarship for India? Do they give the scholarship or not? I think it has been 3 years that they're not entertaining Indian students. The reason is because, so there is a sending partner, it's called UGC. Now, I don't know the abbreviation for it, but that's what I understood from the students that I was in contact with. So they're not entertaining the applicants in India. I know that they give the scholarship to non-Indian residents which are Indian national. So I don't know how this is happening, because even now, like, I know 1 or 2 people, like, they're from India, but they are from, let's say, they were living in Kuwait, or they were living in Qatar, or they were living in UAE, and they told me that they got a scholarship and they are Indian national, and they got the scholarship from Indian UGC. That's what I understood. If this is the wrong information, I don't know. That's what they told me. So if you are Indian national living in India, just try to contact UGC and ask them and settle whatever you guys have. I don't know what's happening with them, but you can go there and talk with them, and they're the one who has to, nominate you. Because from Stipendium Hungaricum, I think in my last video I showed you the email. I asked them, and they were like, yes, from our side we are giving the seats, but UGC is basically not coordinating with us in a way, and they are not sending us the names of the people that they nominated. So contact UGC, simple as that. Another question is like, how would you write a motivation letter for a master degree? I have a full video on motivation letter, so you can check that out. It will be somewhere here. So just watch the video. I have explained everything. What you have to mention in the motivation letter is exactly the same. The only thing that you would have to add in your application in a way in masters would be your recommendations. So have your recommendations ready, and everything else is the same. Like for master motivation, I think like for master you don't really have to focus that much on motivation, because your degree is a big plus in a way. Unless you're not changing your degree, they would not care that much of the motivation letter, I guess. I'm not sure. I haven't applied for masters yet, but I'm just guessing, because if you have a degree, you're already a professional. So this is your big thing, that like it's a big thing for them that you are coming with your bachelor's degree to do masters in their universities, because of course like then their research and everything would be better if a degree professional comes to the university. So they are actually looking for master's students to come, especially if you have a professional degree. How would you prepare yourself for the next cycle of the scholarship? I would say just start researching about what you want to do. First of all, your degree is really important. I always say to all of the people who are in contact with me, basically, that search about the thing you want to do, because most of the people who come here, they just go with whatever degree, and then they come here and then they're like, oh, I should have selected another degree. So just search about and talk with the people from the degree you want to do or you're interested in, and ask like how it actually to be that professional. I don't know how I want to say it, but like get the information, like how the the work look like. Do you work for example, do you work all day in the hospital, or do you work all day in the office, or do you have interaction with the people or not, or you do just sit on the computer? So these are some of the things. Like I graduated, so I know like even people in my class, some of the people say like, I just did the degree for because it's a good degree, but like they don't really want to be a professional like the degree they did. So I know some people, they are doing the jobs as a nurse and they don't want to be a nurse. They're just doing it because it is okay, it's well paid, but at the same time they're like, if they would have an option to switch, they would switch. So one suggestion would be to search what you want to do. Secondly, I would say, how would you prepare yourself? So again, check the requirements of your sending partner. This is really important. Once you get nominated from sending partner, everything else is easy. So just contact with them, email them. Okay, what are the requirements? How do they select students? So these are some of the things. I think this is really important. Know the requirements. If they have a test, start studying for the test. Do your best, get nominated from your sending partner, and then everything else is easy. Then like once you are done with your sending partner nomination, most of these universities here, they want scholarship students because they get funded from the government if they have scholarship students. So it's really important for them to have scholarship students. So they would not, how can I say, like reject your application without any big reason in a way. I think like for the university applications, the grades also don't really matter that much, So yeah, this is one thing. Sending partner, check what you want to do, make your profile good, and just apply and come here. I just came to my mind, I also have to make the visa interview video. I'm not sure. I think now it's too late. I don't know, to make the visa interview video, because I think like visas would already be granted by now. So probably I would make like video what you have to do after you come to Hungary and what documentation you have to take care of. Probably I can make that. So yeah. Marwan is saying your videos have been really helpful. Thank you, bro, if you're watching. If you guys have any question, you can ask. I promise, like, I'm waiting for your questions in the live session. So yeah. Marwan, unfortunately, I don't know about it. So basically his question is, what should I do if my country is going through conflicts and the sending partner is not responding? Is it possible to apply for the Stipendium Hungaricum Scholarship without going through the process, the sending partner? I have no idea, to be really honest, but I think it would be, I'm assuming it would be the same thing as, you know, like if your sending partner doesn't respond, then TPF doesn't, you know, go one step ahead and contact with the students in a way, or they don't grant the, you know, scholarship. So unfortunately, I don't think so. I would suggest you to probably email the, you know, the TPF, Tempus Public Foundation it is called. You can go on Google and have their email, and email them, tell your situation. They can answer you better, but I'm just assuming not really. So yeah, what else I can say? Let me see what to bring. Maybe that could be a good conversation. Maybe just, you know, like the temperature here in Hungary, it's gonna be cold in October, so mid of October. So, you know, you still have to have some kind of, you know, shorts, t-shirts with you. Just don't bring all the winter clothes. I would say like bring some summer clothes as well. Currently, like whole, you know, your September and mid of October would be, you know, not too much hot. Like still it's not that much hot, but still like it's not gonna be like really, really cold. Because like I remember like I came here and I was thinking like it's gonna be really cold. I came in September, like end of September, and for the whole month, even for October, it was hot. So I needed to, you know, do more shopping and, you know, get some more, you know, summer clothes basically, because I brought like all the winter clothes. Like I thought like it's gonna be snow here when I came here. It was funny, but yeah. Okay guys, I think that was it for the video. I hope you liked it. I'm gonna be uploading some vlogs soon. I know I told you guys like I will go to the university and, you know, do a tour of Semmelweis or Debrecen or some other universities. I will do it before you come here. I will try to go to 1 or 2 universities. But I mean, like I had final exams, so I couldn't really find time. Like I remember the video I uploaded last time, it was in the exam period. And I thought that I would find time to, you know, spare one day and go to the universities and make the vlogs, but no, like final exams hit hard, like truly. So now it's over. Now I have time and I will try to go to the universities and do the tour as well. So thank you guys for, you know, for being here, and I see you in the next video. Until then, bye.